Welcome. You as a CEO, the owner of your own business, haven't you noticed that the people that you work with you is costing you millions of dollars? And something that I was noticing is that I'm an overachiever. So if I am overachiever, I'm expecting the same thing for my team, but not necessarily that's going to be happening. And the thing is that we, as a CEO, as a sales team leader, the manager of the team, we're expecting that all of them react in the same way as we do. But unfortunately, that's not the way it is. So welcome back. My name is Rosalina Esquilin. I'm the real estate empress, and I want you to dip in this video today because we treat everyone as we are. For example, I was thinking the other day what I would do different. How can I take this 7 years experience working with real estate agents and maximize them? But I have been noticed that no matter what I do, I will change people. And that was maybe my first mistake, thinking that I can change someone. I cannot change anyone if they don't believe in themselves, or they don't believe in the product, or they don't believe that they can be making a change. So I don't know if you guys remember when we were at school and we're taking classes like psychology, and they want you to take this personality test that I hate. I hate them so much. This personality test, depending on the mood that you are that day, you start answering the questions. And for me, because I'm like all over the place, my brain work in different speed. For me, those are wasting time. I don't need anything to tell me how I'm going to schedule my time or determine the things that I wanted or don't want to do. If I'm focused on what I want to do, I'm going to do it anyways, no matter what. Please don't tell me no, because I will say yes. So this amazing personality test always find in the same way. If you look at the personality test, is how your weakness are for them to help you to make it more stronger, right? It's going to be changing at the way that you can notice them, work with them, and then maximize your personality, your stamina, your being, your personality, your person to be more effective. But before that, we have been in our society being like being boxes, right? So if you, for example, I'm a Virgo, so I am very perfectionist and I procrastinate a lot. So procrastination is a person that leave everything by the last time, right? And they're running full of maybe energy or stress levels that they cannot handle, but they need to finish. It's like the lions right behind you, you need to run. It doesn't matter where you go, you need to run, the lions right there. But I have been noticed that no, I am not that way. The thing is that I procrastinated because that energy rush made me think so much and be so much freedom that I can bring things that nobody bring on the table. For example, when we were growing up and the teachers start putting you to do these projects in front of the class, you need to do your presentations, right? For me, a presentation, it was my yes, that is what I was expecting. This is what I want to do. Why? Because I can be me. Because in the presentation, I need to have my crowd, my people paying attention to me. I'm talking. I'm the one that has the information. I'm the one to know exactly what needs to be done. So that energy, that rush, that amazingness, at the moment that they say project, my brain was already in the images, because we don't have computer by then. So the images, the markers, the colors, the lettering, the letters going to. By that time, we need to use our Britannica encyclopedia that we used to have at home, and start making the researches and start putting everything in a notebook and prepare everything. But the other thing that I loved was the challenge to learn everything from what? My brain. The teachers always tell you like the guidelines. Okay, you're going to have the presentation for, I don't know, 30 minutes. It's going to be in this day, maybe 2 days, but be ready, prepared, because whoever is not ready or finished before, then you have to step in. And for me, that was super exciting. I want to be the first one. I want to show off. I want to let them know, hey, I know this from A through C, and I know everything. So I don't need to even look on my 8 by, it was like a 4 by 6 in the card with the lines that also came on colors. That was amazing. And I don't need that, but I'm going to use it because they're going to be looking for, do you have this and this and this? It's like you were prepared. No, they're going back to the list and start putting the grading, your grade you based on those things that you should be showing that day. And also, when you need to answer questions, it needs to be with information that they can verify, right? It's not this Wikipedia, it's the Britannica encyclopedia page, whatever. And that was your researches. That's the way that you provide that information was correct. So for me, it was not a big deal. But I never put together why my friends get so scared about it, why they want to join with me, even if it was in a team group presentation. They want to have that energy that I used to have, or that security that I have to do my project from A through C and presentation. So that was me. That is me. I still doing that. I can have something to be done by the 30th of the month. If I don't need to do it earlier, I'm not going to spend time on that. Maybe I will do researches. I know exactly where the information is. I know what I need to do. I'm not going to stress myself about it. And when those personality tests always shows like a lack of preparation, time management, or procrastination, they never said why. That was my weakness. But my strengths are that I can work on those stage. And I know how to handle. And I'm not going to burn out as a woman. I'm not going to use extra energy. I don't need to have more testosterone to the system. I don't need to work more mentally. I can be in my flow or my feminist and provide an amazing project without burnout, but full of excitement, because that is exactly what I want to do. So now I know that even I didn't know in that time what it was happening with me. I know how to control my structure with my feminist. That is the one that let me flow, that let me be all in, more than 100%. I will say 1,000%. When I grow up, I was continue seeing these patterns. Why? Because that's my personality. That's me. That's something that I can modify, but I will not change. That's me. So the things that I need to notice, because then in college, then we're coming back again with psychology and this kind of test as well. What they show exactly who you are. But remember that because I know this kind of test, even I have been grow in some aspects of my life, I don't like it them. So one thing that this test has that I know good is that what is your energy, or what you're thinking, or what is your idea of this test will change the performing on the real test. Because if I don't pay attention to the questions, I'm going to do yes, no, yes, no, yes, no, no, probably yes, no, yes, no, yes, no, probably. And that will not even be accurate for who really I am. I don't need anyone to tell me. That's my way to think. I don't need anyone to tell me how to use my energy. How do I need to do my stuff? And as a CEO, as a businesswoman, as a wife, as a mother, those things are continuous showing. And maybe that could put you in some kind of real stress. For example, after I grew up and now I had different responsibilities, that I have my kids, I have my husband, I have been noticed that my husband and I, we cannot work at the same pace. I can think or see things before. It's like I have this big puzzle in my brain and I can put it everything together and I don't need to be stressed about it. I enjoy that. It's like what is missing? What is missing? And then I start connecting previews that anything happened. I can see in my brain how this thing start building and I can see all the empty spaces. And when I noticed that, I wasn't using my correct way to say it. That's what I'm saying. I have 30 years in marriage, 30 years in business, and they collapse together. Because the way that I can tell to my agents not to do things, I cannot tell my husband not to do things. I need to come with love. I need to come with patience, understanding, respect, because it's my husband. And tell him, hey, hon, what do you think? Have you seen this? What will you think it would be the best way to try that thing doesn't happen? I cannot tell him what to do because his reaction will be, I know what I'm doing. But I need to connect. I need to know how to make that conversation, how to connect with him in my intimate way as a CEO, wife, building with my husband, with the respect, because he is the person in charge. I can oversee everything, but I'm not the person in charge. He is. He's the man in that way. That is his energy. That is the structure. He is the structure. I'm the feminist. I start saying, oh my gosh, if we can do this and this and this and this, and then I get all crazy. And my kid says always, oh, now she has another idea. Oh no, she knows how to do this. Now she's the GC. It's not that I'm the GC. My personality brought me to that. And you need to start understanding who you are. When I noticed this in my business, in my marriage, with my husband, building houses, construction, I start seeing that my appetite, my eagerness, my excitement, maybe it's not going to be the same as his, but at the end, it's the same end. We want to build houses, we want to be profitable, and we want to be happy with the end product. When I start working in real estate as a CEO, my frustration was like this big. Why? Because I thought that every single agent will have the same eagerness, hungriness, and needs to know everything and work perfectly, everything as I do. And that was my first mistake. I cannot compare myself with anybody else. And it's caused me frustration. It had been causing me times to not pick up the phone, to not answer anyone, not even look at an email, the chat, not even make a meeting, because I don't have the energy to tell them, hey, you have everything in front of you. There's something very funny. When you get your real estate license, I have been noticed that you have two ideas. to work real estate and leave that luxury that real estate brings to you. Why I say luxury? We can go and in and see all the houses. And it's amazing. You can know a community and pretty much know all the houses in the community. Why? Because as soon as the houses have an opening, like an open house, you can go to that house. There's another house there. You have another house, and you have another house. You have another open house. There are 3 or 4 open houses would tell you the layout of the properties. Around the community, it's the same thing. What it will change maybe is oh my gosh, the the elevations, that is the front of the house. That's the only thing, maybe the floor plans, but you have been seeing 4 already. The other thing that you need to know is that those houses run that way. What these houses has extra? They have a pool. They have a additional garage. They have an extra bedroom, or they have an office, or they have, I don't know, the pool, the pool bed, whatever. Whatever are the difference, that is going to be your marketing. So for me to go on an open house and start talking with the other agent is like going to my Britannica encyclopedia and start getting information. Why? Because I don't know the community. They are the experts there. I'm start learning. So I'm start doing my research. But the realtor nowadays, they don't want to do anything, in my opinion. If you give them all the information, now they are oh my gosh, they are overwhelmed. They don't know how to take it, enjoy it, digest it, and blossom it. Now it's too much for them. Oh, I don't know how I'm gonna learn all that information, or I don't know how. I don't have clients for that location. Who cares about the clients? The clients are coming. Why? Because you're doing this. You're explaining, you're showing. Curiosity will come. But the thing is that I need to know who am I to really take care of these people that trusting in you to be part of your team. But we need to know them as well. And another thing that I have been noticed is that they really know what is the real estate license and this luxury life that they want to live. You can have your Mercedes-Benz, you can have your Ferrari, you can have your Rolls-Royce, you can have these amazing titles to be like, I don't know, 10 million, $20 million a year sale, top of the leader, I don't know, whatever. I recognize him by the associations. That's perfect. You can do that, but you need to work for it. If you're going to any of those realtors and you ask the questions, how you have been done, it says hard work. It takes me hours, time of education, practicing, contacting people, cold callings, going to the generation leads generation, pay Zillow, whatever it takes. They took it and they did it. But then you have these ones. Oh, I want it easy. I have the license. Everybody has to show to me. Everything is easy for me. I don't need to move. I don't need to do anything. And that was when my frustration came. When I noticed that they don't have the same hungry, they are not hungry as me. There was no eager as me. They don't even go into open houses, or they don't even go to new constructions, or they don't even go to maybe a convention that it says, like, I don't know, we have one here in Orlando that it says homes and garden, things like that. And they don't go. Why you don't go at home and garden? If you have a listing and your client doesn't have a good garden, he says, you know what? I know a company that have everything very inexpensive, that we can put this garden amazing, and it's going to be a point of sale for your house and going to bring more value. But that's me. I'm the achiever. I see everything. I notice. I'm in the hungries. I like to learn, but I cannot bring that to this agent. But the agent that thinks that everything is easy, I found the name for this, is the Rachel Green in France. She is all glamorous. She's beautiful. She's stunning. But when she was doing her job as a waitress in the cafe, she forgot the orders. She didn't write anything down, or whatever she wrote it down, she put it away and she forgot to make that order, pick up the order that was ready, or she just sit there and she forgot that she was working. She was very distracted. She wasn't focused. She wasn't doing the thing that she needed to do. So how can you expect it to build a business that you are your own boss? Not because you have a broker or you have a team leader or you have your CEO, because this is the way as well for the team managers. It will not affecting you. So you're losing millions of dollars with this Rachel Green by Jennifer Aniston that is not focused. And you put in so much of your time, your energy, that you're burning out with this particular person. But if we know her personality, maybe we can find a way to help her, because she's very social. So this agent or this person, is pretty good to work for events. Not much responsibility, just being there, talking with people. That's amazing open house person. That's amazing selling cars, because they show the car, they talk to the manager, they're focused on one thing at the moment, not too many around it. Okay, so if you know their personality, you can maximize on them. For me, from now on, my Rachel Greens. Why? Because if you know how they work, you know how to put the task that they need to provide, and they will be doing it. I don't know if you noticed, by the end of the show, Rachel Green had been changed. She was but focused. She still had her momentum. Since with that sexy guy was in front of her, you remember the assistant? She got that guy. She needs to be doing something like she was. But she was more focused in the store and the benefits and the clothing, because she find out what she really liked. And now she was selecting the clothing for the season, preparing the stores, the fashion show. That was she. If you notice that in your agents, in your team members, you will maximize it. And this is the best equation. You will not be frustrated. You will be super happy. You'll find exactly how to bring this agent and blossoming. Now you have another millions of dollars coming into the business, not going out. Because this personality test, we like it or not, will help us to strengthen the weakness of our team members, even ourselves. If we know who we are, we understand who we are, we can perform better. People can tell me you have to have an agenda. I was listening to a book. You need to have an agenda. You need to schedule your day. You need to do. That's too much pressure for me. Why? Because first, today, I wake up this morning, I wasn't thinking to do something that I had to do at 1:30. If I have an agenda, I'm very focused on what I'm determined to do. Now I cannot do what I was thinking to do because something else it shows up. Something that I have been learned is try to concentrate, relax, enjoy the moment, and accept this new thing that happened when I have my own schedule set. Because I don't do anything crying or having a momentum, because I cannot control it. I need to go and do this thing. It's part of my other business. So you need to start working with what you can control and make it more happier for you that do not distract what is your focus. You see how can you use more beneficial this psychology test, and I will let you know that please do it. Send that to your team individually, and then when you receive the response, analyze them and start a schedule the one-on-one with them. Because at the moment that they know and you guys put a plan together, it's more easy for them to follow. And every personality will work even different. You will have someone that is want to go with you all there, and maybe he was thinking or she's thinking to get your position in the future. Don't be scared about it. Then it's time for you to scale to the next one. Now you have someone that is going to be running the office the same or better than you, because now the person on top of you need you, because you grow as well. This is a teamwork. You cannot say this like, oh, that challenging, like, oh, they're gonna know more than me, now I'm gonna be substitute. No. When you have your Rachel Green, that she is all over the place, what are the things that matters for her? Now you can canalize and utilize her energies, centralize her, and you will have an amazing response and example and growth on this Rachel Green. But you need to know this, and you need to understand it, because sometimes what we do is that, oh, this Rachel Ray, I cannot work with her. Rachel Green, I cannot work with her. You can work with her. This is the people that you fire, and all of a sudden you see it differently, and you says, oh my gosh, and now you're whom? It's because someone saw her talent, and that person really knows how to work with her and put her in the right path. If you're a CEO and you're wasting a lot of money because you have different personalities, you need to start working with those. You need to start putting together that thing, because we know who we are and we work with us. And I haven't heard, no, you can change this, you can change. No, you can modify them, some habits, and you can see patterns, and you can take advantage of those without affecting the final product. But you need to know them, you need to recognize them, and you need to have plan A and plan B. So I'm sorry, from me, even in my marriage, in my business with my husband, I need to think and find a way that say the stuff without sounding as a nagging wife, or that I'm giving instructions and I'm safe. We're still in love, we're still having fun, and we're still doing the things that we had to do. As a mother, as a parent, I need to know my kids too. I cannot ask my son the same way that I ask my daughter. They're completely two different, and I don't compare any of those. Don't compare your team members. Don't put, oh, you should be like, nobody could be like that person. You need to drop that. It is not healthy. And let me see what else I have over here. Another thing that I have been noticed in my agents is that they cannot perform the same way. We know that the different personalities, but at the same time, they are followers. We're going to talk about this personality tomorrow. And I have another person in another movie that has that personality. But the thing is that as soon as we are happy and understand ourselves, we can recognize some of our traits in some people, and we can put them in a separate rooms in our brain. Like, okay, I can work with this person this way, with this person this way. I can maximize this way. I need to, maybe you can do a general meeting for the basic stuff. But when you're trying to maximize them, you need to do a one-on-one. Maybe schedule one-on-one monthly. Is something maybe a Thursday that you can have like a half an hour, 45 minutes for each person in your team. If it's too many people, then do it a Wednesday and Tuesdays. But you need to be on top of it because they need to get into the flow of this. The idea is that they do not burn out. If they burn out, they're using too much structure, too much of something. When you make the balance, then the feminine aspect is the one that flows, is the one that looks luxurious, gorgeous, interested. When they take, like as I was saying before, when they take in the test for real estate, they're thinking in the luxury, in the car, in the shoes, in the dress, the makeup, the parties, the open houses, that luxury. And these ones are thinking that everything is coming just from the sky, but they forgot that they need to work for this. When I was opening my offices, or I have my offices, I thought that they're going to be needing the same thing that I was needing when I started. Education, 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 education. Because if I was educated, they will give me the ideas to get the leads, to negotiate deals with my clients and get the best deals for my clients. I have my slogan is it was I will not close. I will do. Okay. I will find the best deal for you. I will find the best deal for you. It's not for me. I will learn in every deal, but I need to find out the best deal for my client because my client is my social media. My client is my marketing. My client is the one that gave me the referrals. My client is the one that is not rich, my business. And I thought that all my agents will think in the same way. I thought that my agents, as soon as I start talking, they want to listen and know everything. It will be like but it wasn't that way because they wasn't interested in the same thing. There are things that they feel like it was more impossible for them to achieve. And I'm telling them that it's easier. And they use the shortcuts. Those shortcuts put them to this level of, yeah, it's just for my needs, but not for maximizer. And I am an overachiever. So everything that I do is to go over and over and over. So if we know these things, we can avoid to burn ourselves to the top. I don't want to use the masculine that much. I need to make the balance. I want to lose professional, elegant, sexy. I want the people know that I know just because they see me, because I can glow. I can be refreshed. I can be alert. If I'm burnt out because I don't know how to deal with these situations, what they're going to see is a CEO that is burning out. Nobody wants to be a CEO that way. I'm not a good example. Not even the information that I'm going to provide it is going to come with elegant, with I don't know, with this richness when you're talking. It will be like too difficult to achieve. And it's not like that. But you need to know, you need to be careful for what you're doing and why you're overusing your energies. So this is for today. If I have anything else, I'm going to bring it up tomorrow in the live. But for today, I want you to understand this. You are an overachiever. You're a CEO. You are the top of the line. You are the one that wants to know everything, but not everyone is the same. No, everyone wants to do the things the way that you did it or you're doing it. Your needs are not the same as your even your team manager or your team leader. But your team leader doesn't know himself, it will be able to maximize the team. Okay, so another thing is that we can change that Rachel Green. We can make her focus. We can make her to make millions. But this Rachel Green needs to know her strengths. She needs to know why she is so good and valuable. This is the one that are very, I would say, the best presentation in your office, because they are the glamorous one. They're gonna be ready. They're gonna be fresh. They're gonna be sexy. They're gonna be all energetic for the things that they like it. This is perfect for your group, for your team. She can make millions of dollars just because that energy that she brought is amazing. But you need to know how to maximize her skills for really, really being profitable. But she's an amazing. She's the diamond that haven't polished at all, but she is there. Thank you so much. My name is Rosalina Esquilin. I'm the Real Estate Empress, and I hope you like this. This has been amazing growth for me to know and understand this, because I can flow. I can enjoy the moment. I can take my time for me. I can put my boundaries. When I put my boundaries, I can save my energy. I can save my marriage. I can save my business. I can save my parenting. I can save myself. So take care. See you soon. Take care. Bye-bye.